found sports.
I found my passion.
I found family.
I found my calling. I found a place to call home. Discover what you can find at Marietta by visiting marietta.edu today.
Coming up today on NewsCenter 15, stray cats
and killer dogs.
We'll have these stories and more. NewsCenter 15 starts now. Hello and welcome to NewsCenter 15. I'm your host, Jared Ruffin.
And I'm Isabella Lopez.
Okay, and coming up, our stories today are... Mary Matthews, 49, was found in her home around 40 miles north of Northcastle, Cincinnati on Friday. According to a report filed by Clear Creek Township, the police determined that Matthews was attacked by her own dogs. Matthews suffered multiple cuts and puncture wounds in the lower half of her body. Investigators found two large but thin Great Danes, one brown and one black, on an enclosed deck on the home of the home. Blood and blood-stained clothing throughout the house.
A brave black cat took to the field during Monday's Cowboy-Giants NFL football game to show off his sprints, delaying the game as he scurried all over the MetLife Stadium. Players and coaches stood on the sidelines during the second quarter, watching as the fluffy feline showed them how it's really done. Refusing to look foolish in front of a stadium of delighted fans, the cat kept avoiding capture. Radio announcer Kevin Harlan kept going with his play-by-play commentary as the cat darted back and forth on the field. We know you are dying to see the clip of the cat. Here's how Westwood One's radio Kevin Harlan called it.
Run and zigzag all over the field. The black cat is at the other end of the field. He's
Black
at the
cat
8.
doesn't know that it was last Thursday that was Halloween. Thursday night
right,
football,
yeah,
not Monday night football.
He's a little bit late. Now he is sitting and looking. And the cat runs into the end zone. That is a touchdown. And the cat is elusive. And it's running in the back of the end zone. And it runs up the tunnel.
So, what's the weather out there today?
Here to provide a first look at the weather is Cooper.
Well, thank you, guys. I know personally I expect to see that cat in the Super Bowl, but as of right now, speaking of cats and dogs, it's raining cats and dogs. Right now it's about 46 degrees. And we got some other stuff going on. We have our UV at a low 2 rating. Our air quality is good, and our pollen is at a low medium rating. Again, because all the rain that's starting to come down within our area. Right now, we have about a 3-mile-per-hour wind coming from the southwest. Humidity, of course, is at 93%. Again, because of all that rain we have right now in the area. And our sunrise is set to be at 7 o'clock, and our sunset is going to be at 5:17. Of course, now that it's being in the fall, we're starting to have those sunsets come a lot earlier in the day. And when we come back, we're going to take a more detailed look into your 5-day forecast and see just what all the weather has for us. But that's it right now for our current conditions. Let's go back to you guys at the desk.
Oh, what? I'm so confused. Voters in Kansas City, Missouri decided to remove Martin Luther King Jr.'s name from a historic boulevard that was renamed in January to honor the civil rights leader. The vote came after months of debate between groups intent on honoring King's legacy and some residents who didn't want to lose their neighborhood's identity. In a special election Tuesday, the measure to change Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard back to the Paseo Boulevard received about 68% of the vote.
A woman in South Florida called 911 after a bullet came through her car's windshield, but dispatchers didn't send help right away. The police say they mishandled the call while the supervisors were streaming a Netflix movie. Dispatchers failed to help quickly, and because Hernia's call was logged as a suspicious incident instead of a shooting. Investigators found that the shift supervisor, Julie Vidal, had been streaming a Netflix film, I Am Mother, on her computer during the time Hernia was trying to get help. When WCMO returns, a blind sculptor makes history.
And UFC fighter daughter go missing. We'll be right back after these messages.
I never chew tobacco.
I don't drink much.
Never smoked a cigarette in my life.
HPV. Isn't that about cervical cancer?
What does that have to do with oral cancer?
HPV? Didn't know that. The Keystone Pipeline leaked an unknown quantity of oil in a northwestern North Dakota State Environmental Quality Chief Dave Glatt tells the Associated Press that regulators were notified late Tuesday night of the leak near Edinburgh in Walsh County. Glatt says the pipeline owner to TC Energy shut down the pipeline after the leak was detected. He says the cause and the size of the spill are under investigation. In the Calgary, the Alberta-based company did not immediately respond to telephone messages.
New Mexico-based sculptor Michael Naranjo soared to historical career heights last week when he became the first artist to examine the iconic end of the trial sculpture with just the use of his hands. Naranjo, blinded by a grenade in the Vietnam War, said touching the masterpiece by James Earl Fraser was a lifelong dream. The historical visit will be featured in an upcoming documentary about Naranjo's life, Dream, Touch, Believe, directed by his daughter Jenna Winters, a Los Angeles-based television producer.
The bar for American motorcycles has officially been elevated. Indian Motorcycles, America's first motorcycle company, has dramatically redefined the American bagger with its introduction of the 2012 Indian Challenger. A striking combination of American muscle, next-level technology, and premium comfort to deliver a truly unmatched riding experience. Our mindset was to leave no stone unturned and deliver a bagger that exceeds the standards and categories like power, handling, comfort, and technology, said Vice President of Indian Motorcycle, Reed Wilson.
The state of Alabama is offering a $5,000 reward for information about the missing stepdaughter of Ultimate Fighting Championship heavyweight Walt Harris. The governor's office announced the reward Wednesday for information about 19-year-old Anu Haley Blanchard. A statement says the money is being offered for information leading to an arrest and conviction. Police initially said there wasn't any indication of foul play, but now says it's possible. Blanchard was last seen a week ago in Auburn, and police later found her damaged car at an apartment complex in Montgomery, about 55 miles away.
Coming up next, plane crashes, sinkholes, and new Facebook regulations.
And we'll also get the latest news from Hollywood.
And when we come back, we're going to take a look at our forecast for the week ahead. Stay with us.
Where are we?
We are at Marietta College.
This is where we live, at Marietta College.
If not, it's no big deal. Just
The Amazon rainforest was dying because of human activities and could increase the risk of fires. The lead author study says greenhouse gas levels are responsible for about half of the increased dryness. The rest is due to human activities like burning rainforests to clear land for agricultural growth and grazing. NASA said that if the trend continues, the forest may no longer be able to sustain itself, and trees and species may begin to die. The Amazon is Earth's largest rainforest. It's a delicate system that has been named the lungs of the world.
2 weeks. That's how long a 19-year-old Anaya Blanchard has been missing. She's from Auburn, Alabama, but police say they found her car at an apartment complex in Montgomery. That's about 50 miles of terrain to cover. But now investigators are getting some help from Texas EquiSearch, a nonprofit search and rescue organization. The resources range from horse and rider teams to foot searchers and ATVs. The sooner Blanchard is found, the better chance there is that an investigation will move forward.
Just 13 years old and facing not one, but 2 murder charges, and now he's on the run. Police in North Carolina are asking people to take a closer look at the photo of Jericho V. But they say he was in court Tuesday afternoon when he escaped, even with leg restraints. He and 19-year-old Derek Hunt were recently charged with the deaths of 2 brothers last month. The sheriff's office says the murders were linked to drugs. Police say Jericho is considered dangerous. In addition to the 2 murder charges, Jericho has also been charged with robbery with a dangerous weapon. Well, let's take a look into the world of Hollywood. We're going to toss it over to Landon Santini.
Thank you very much, Jared. Let's see, what are we talking about in the world of Hollywood today? We're talking about women who take center stage, a country music queen, and award-winning country music artist. First off, we're going to be talking about Dolly Parton's Headstrings. It is an anthology series that dramatizes 8 of Parton's classic songs. Netflix just released the first trailer for the series, which debuts November 22nd. In other news, award-winning actress Annette Bening is set to pick up another prize, the Career Achievement Award at this year's Movies for Grown-Ups Award. The AARP Movies for Grown-Ups program advocates for the 50-plus audience and fights ageism in Hollywood. Benning will be honored at the 19th Movies for Grown-Ups Awards on January 11th in Beverly Hills. And Frozen 2 is red hot. As Fandango reports, first-day ticket sales for the sequel are by far the biggest of any animated movie in the company's nearly two-decade history. Frozen 2 storms the box office on November 22nd as well. So in the world of Hollywood, I'm Landon Santini. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, thanks, Beckett. And now we're going to head back to a look at the weather.
How does it look out there, Cooper?
Well, as I said before, we're dealing with some rain right now in the Mid-Ohio Valley, and as you can see, we have this long string of rain and storms moving from the west over to our own east coast, and we're going to see this probably hang around the area probably until late this afternoon, late this evening maybe. And as we go on further, we'll be able to see a more closer look into our own Marietta area. As I said again, we can see these storms kind of moving up from the west over towards our east coast. Right now, they're kind of hanging around within our Marietta, Parkersburg section here in the Mid-Ohio Valley. And as again, with our closer look up, you can see we have these different spots of intensities of rain. We have some storms down to our lower portions, and then up north, we just have more constant rain. And we'll kind of, as I mentioned, see this progress throughout the day, hopefully letting off later this evening and giving us a more calm and not so dreary night. But as we go on and look through our week ahead, we'll be able to see what all weather-wise will be in store for us. Now, as I said, right now currently we're dealing with some rain. We have a high of 39, a low of 21, and some partial sunshine kind of peeking through the clouds, but right now a lot of rain just sticking around. Now, coming up on this weekend, another high of 46, low of 31, and partially sunny day. Now, again, we're going to see those temperatures around in the 30s and 40s probably for the remainder of the week and the weekend, again on Sunday with a high of 54 and a low of 37. Again, those clouds still kind of sticking around throughout the week. Starting it off on Monday, again, high 42, low of 25, and then some morning rain. So those rain and showers and the gloomy days are still going to be hanging around a little bit. And then on Tuesday, we have our high of 33 and a low of 11, and we're going to have a cloudy day. So as the week goes on, we're going to see temperatures kind of fluctuate a little bit, but it's safe to say as the week goes on that fall weather is really going to start hitting in the area, and our temperatures are going to start dropping even more. But we'll see what that is with the weeks ahead of us. So that's all for your 5-day forecast. Back to you all at the desk.
Thank you, Cooper. And when we come back, Andrew Konjovich will give us a look from the update from the world of sports.
We'll be right back after this.
I think it goes around.
Come on, buddy.
I'm here for you.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Look, look.
Why is it so hard?
Let's go. We gotta get you a practice.
I read it. Look, and it's set.
Where are we?
We're at Marietta College.
This is where we live at Marietta College.
Cancer may be tough, but we are tougher. We are the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Our game-changing research has led to the belief that the cures for cancer are in our blood. We are the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Beating cancer is in our blood.
And now we're going to be taking a look with Andrew Kondrovich at the World of Sports.
It seems there are some change. Oh, wait, yeah. It seems some changes in the world of college athletes from student athletes getting paid to Marietta College sports. There's a lot going on. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm excited. Anthony, take it away.
Yeah, like you were saying, the NCAA is making a change that allows student athletes to make money from their endorsement deals. That's traditionally been limited because the organization wanted to preserve the amateur nature of college sports. But NCAA leaders voted unanimously to change that on Tuesday, saying the organization should move on with the times. Of course, there will be restrictions to maintain the enforceable and balanced competition. The three divisions have until the end of January to come up with their own rules. The decision comes a month after California voted to allow college athletes to profit from endorsements. A number of other states are following suit, and there are also 2 proposals on the federal law level. The Marietta College women's volleyball team was defeated by 15th-ranked Muskingum University, 3-0 on Tuesday evening inside Ban Johnson Arena. The win improves the Fighting Muskies to 24-2 overall and 7-1 in Ohio Athletic Conference action. And the loss drops the Pioneers' record to 14-14 overall and 3-5 in conference play. Marietta will return to court Saturday when they will host Baldwin-Wallace University, with the match scheduled to begin at 1 p.m. Following 6 months of renovations, Marietta College is excited to announce its baseball facility will now be called Don and Sue Shaley Field at Pioneer Park. The project, which started in May, was made possible by a lead gift from the Spartan Foundation and Hap and Meg Evanshade, and other generous gifts from alumni and friends. The Spartan Foundation and Hap and Meg have a long history of support at the college, including generous support of the Marietta Fund, student life, and athletics. They continue to support the Evanshade series, which was established by the late Harry S. Evanshade Jr. The extensive renovations included raising portions of the field as much as 3 feet, the installation of a field turf playing surface at an 8-foot champion wall, larger step-down dugouts, and a pole-less backstop with net and padding. It was important to the donors as well as the college that the field be community-oriented. For example, the baselines are fitted for youth baseball and softball, as well as for portable fence for younger ages, and a portable mound for softball. And finally, coming off its 3rd trip to the NCAA Elite Eight, the Marietta College men's basketball team enters the 2019-2020 season ranked number 18 in the D3Hoops.com preseason top 25. The Pioneers are one of 2 Ohio Athletic Conference schools in the poll, with Baldwin-Wallace ranked number 22nd. Marietta went 23-7 last year and fell to the Wheaton College in the Elite Eight. The Pioneers won a share of the OAC regular season championship, giving the Navy and Blue and White a conference record 5 straight league titles. Marietta opens the season with the 49th annual Marietta Shrine Tournament on November 15th to the 16th. The Pioneers play Eastern Mennonite at 8 p.m. on Friday. The OAC home opener is set for December 4th when Otterbein visits Ban Johnson Arena for a 7 p.m. tip. That's all I got here in the world of sports. I'm Andrew Kondrovich. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, thank you, Andrew. And joining us at the desk, we're going to have Cooper Holmes, who's going to give us our last look at this terrible weather.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, that rain's going to be sticking around probably for the rest of the day, and I don't think we're going to see any warm temperatures probably for the rest of the week at least.
Dang.
With it going to the 30s and 40s now. I mean, one day in the 50s, but after that, it's just kind of a decline.
I'm not excited. I'm not used to this rain.
You just got to put a jacket on and just bear with it. I mean,
you're not wrong. Well, thank you for joining us today for Thursday's edition for WCMO TV channel 15 at 12:30 and 6:30. From all of us here at the station, we wish you a great weekend and thanks for putting up with us.